If you actually want to show up in AI overviews, you have to stop relying only on your website. A lot of brands are still investing heavily in blogs, SEO, and rankings, but search has already changed, and AI overviews are increasingly shaping what people see first on Google. Search Engine Land, citing BrightEdge data, reported that YouTube appears in 29.5% of Google AI overviews, making it the most cited domain in that format. So now you can do all the right things and write the blog, optimize the page, target the keyword, and still watch AI summarize the answer without really surfacing it. On top of that, AI reviews also steal clicks, with the 2025 study showing that search clicks are down almost 30% year over year, and later reporting the traffic may be even down 42% from the pre-AI overviews baseline in 2025. The shift is this: Google isn't just ranking pages anymore. It's selecting sources that it can trust, summarize, and cite, and one of the clearest signals in that system right now is YouTube. If your content isn't built to be the answer, it won't be part of the answer. Search used to be simpler. You typed something in, got 10 links, and chose one of those links. Now, a growing share of searches start with an AI-generated summary, probably even as much as 20% of searches, with stronger growth in commercial, transactional, even navigational searches over time. That matters because the game is no longer rank the page, win the click. It's now become the source, get cited in the answer, and build visibility before the click even happens. And that is a very different SEO model. If you're posting in-depth blogs and seeing your traffic flatten, you're not imagining it. AI has made publishing easier. Anyone can spit up articles quickly, but that also means that more content, more noise, and less trust by default. So what does Google need? A credibility filter. And that's where video starts to matter much more. It is much easier to fake a decent blog post than it is to consistently explain a topic clearly on video. Video shows how you think, how you teach, and whether your expertise really holds up. And that's why this is not just a content format shift, it's an authority shift. In a world full of AI-ridden content, video becomes proof that the knowledge is actually yours. But not all video is created equally. The reason YouTube matters so much is that it sits at the intersection of search intent, structure, Google ownership, and long-form explainability. A good YouTube video naturally gives AI what it wants: a clear question, a direct answer, sections, examples, and strong supporting explanation. And unlike a random social clip, YouTube is already built around search behavior, being the world's second largest and most used search engine. Think about the difference between these two. A 2,000-word article that slowly warms up to the point versus a YouTube video titled "How to Rank for AI Overviews in 2026, where in the first 20 to 60 seconds, they clearly answer the question. Which one is easier for AI to interpret, excerpt, and trust? Probably the second, and it's also the one that users are more likely to want to spend time on. However, most brands still treat YouTube and blogs like separate islands. They write a blog over here, they post a video over here, and then maybe clip something for social, but none of it is connected. That's the mistake. AI doesn't just look at isolated assets. It increasingly rewards patterns, repeated expertise, consistency across formats, and the same topic explained clearly in multiple ways and multiple formats. That's why the real shift is from isolated content to a connected ecosystem, from keywords to citable expertise, and from writing to showing. And that's where YouTube becomes your secret weapon. It validates and strengthens what your written content says. So how do you actually do this? Number one, start with an answer-first structure. If your video takes too long to get to the point, AI has much less to work with. Lead with the answer early and then explain more. A simple structure that works very well is first, next, key point. That kind of clarity is easy for both humans and AI to follow. Number two, build for extractability. Think in answer bites. Use clear sections, direct questions, and don't bury the insight in a long intro. This matters beyond Google too. Search Engine Land reported that ChatGPT citations heavily favor the first third of content, with direct definitions and clear early sections performing the best. Number three, clean your transcript. This is a hidden, underrated hack. AI often reads your transcript before it understands your video as a whole. So if your captions are messy, inaccurate, or full of errors, you're weakening the content's search usefulness. Clean transcripts equal cleaner indexing. Number four, use chapter timestamps. Timestamps help users, but they also help AI. Keyword-rich chapter titles create clear entry points into your content and help people navigate it faster. Instead of one long block, you're giving search engines labeled sections that they can jump to and understand and then cite. Number 5, build clusters, not one-offs. One video won't do much, but a cluster will. Here's an example. You have an in-depth topic that you post a long blog about. You break that up into sections. Do supporting blogs on some key points of that topic, make videos about other points, do a long video on the full topic, and then shorts about individual sections. Now you're not just creating content, you're building topical authority. And that's what gets cited. So it's time to stop asking, how do I rank this page? And start asking, how do I become the clearest, most usable answer across formats? Because in 2026, pages can still inform, but the brands that get cited are the ones building authority across the whole ecosystem. Pages inform, entities get cited. Be the source that AI can't ignore. Here are some pro tips if you want your videos to show up in AI search. Number 1, the vocal headline hack. Say your section headers out loud. For example, why YouTube matters for AI overviews, or how to optimize your videos for AI search. That makes your videos easier for people to follow and easier for AI to understand. Hack number 2, the 10-second rule. Get to the answer fast. Don't spend 30 seconds warming up. Say the main answer early, then explain the why and the how afterwards. Clarity first, depth second. Finally, hack number 3, the chapter title hack. Don't just add timestamps, name them properly. So don't name your section main section. Think something more like, how to optimize YouTube videos for AI search. Better labels make your video easier to navigate and easier for AI to interpret. Okay, I want to rank in AI overviews. Where do I start? Start with a key question in your customer's mind. Pick one thing that your audience is actually searching for and use that in the title, answer it early in the video, and then structure the rest clearly. If your video is easy to follow, it's much easier for AI to use. Why is YouTube suddenly so important for SEO? Great question. Because search has changed. Google isn't just ranking pages anymore. AI is synthesizing answers from multiple sources. And YouTube gives it something very useful. Clear, structured explanations that it can summarize and cite easily. And it also happens to be owned by Google. What should I optimize first on my videos? My advice, don't get complicated. Start with the basics. Your title, your transcript, your timestamps, and your description. Those 4 things help Google understand what your video is about and what questions it answers. How do I make my videos easier for AI to cite? This is simple. Make them easier for people to understand first. Think in clear sections. Answer questions directly and use signposts like first, next. The key point is, the clearer the structure, the easier it is for AI to extract the answers. We broke the full strategy and framework down in our blog, so click the link below to check it out. Thanks for watching. If this shift matters to you and your brand, check out these videos.